Hello everyone, today's video is going to be a book reviews video. So I have a novel, I have some children's books, and then I have a book all about goth and the culture of goth. So I'm just going to get straight into it. First up, I'm going to start with The Cactus, the novel. If you've seen my reading diary, which I'll link down below, I picked up my camera every time I picked up a book, and so you get my thoughts whilst I'm reading this book and some of the others. Link that down below. Then you will see this book heavily focused in that reading diary. I got sent this by Two Roads, so thank you Two Roads for sending that to me. This is by Sarah Haywood. This is her first novel. It is called The Cactus and I really enjoyed it. So the plot of it, it's about a woman called Susan. She's 45 years old. She's never loved anyone. She is like a cactus and she collects cactuses. She loves them. I loved the language about her being prickly. Don't come too close to her. She's sharp. She'll hurt you. She's a miserable woman. So she chose a career over a family, but she hates her career. So she's just very lonely and hates everything. Her mother then dies and her brother get left her mother's house. But there is a condition to that, and that is that her brother can live in her mother's house for as long as he wants, and he's a dosser and he's a bit of a loser, he doesn't do anything with his time, and so he's like, Susan, you know what, I'm not moving out, and they have a massive feud. So the book is her with the legal battle with her brother trying to get this house back, and then that also uncovers family secrets because she's got to go and visit family, she's got to go back to like childhood places. And you find out that the reason she's this prickly character isn't because she's like born evil or just a horrible woman. There are reasons, there are circumstances, and I love it when books go into that and they humanise people, because we too often like judge people as like bad and good, but we don't look into how they got there. And so she's incredibly rude to people, but she's had deep tragedy within her childhood, and she was once in love with someone, but something happened there, and so it goes into all those different circumstances. And why does she have such a hatred for her brother? Because it's a built up hatred over many years. So her and her brother have this feud. She forms a friendship with her brother's friend, but they have to keep it secret from her brother, and their friendship's very interesting because Susan's a bit of a snob and he is like a gardener, a landscaper, and she looks very much down on him. So it's about her opening her eyes to him. Her upstairs neighbour is a single mum, and Susan, ready for it, the big bit, is pregnant at 45 years old. This will be her first child. She decides to keep the baby, which is a shock to you as the reader and her herself. She doesn't have a partner, but she has a friends with benefits situation with someone called Richard. So they basically meet up, have sex, go to a show, they pretend that they're dating, but they only see each other one day a week. So she gets pregnant, it's about how she's dealing with all that. Upstairs neighbour is a single mum, so they form like an alliance, and it's about her connections with everyone around her. Basically the moral of it is open your heart. So at the moment she's very like heartless at the beginning and you don't really like it very much, and then by the end of it she's like, everyone come in, I'm a much better person, but she's still got her kind of snarky, sarcastic humour, which I liked. They didn't turn her into kind of like a Mary Poppins character. They still kept her as her. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really interesting to like flit in and out of. I feel like if you're going on holiday, you're lucky beast. Take this with you, you'll love it. I used to read on my commute to work, and so on the bus I needed a book that I didn't have to really get that invested in. I could just read a few pages and then pick it back up, because some books are very heavy, you can't do that with. This 100%, you can like read a few pages and you'll remember it next time. You can get in and out of it so quickly. There's not too much descriptive language that it's going to really like you have to focus on. It was just a really great book. I really enjoyed it. I loved finding out about like the revelations of her childhood and what has made her the way she is, and also she takes a different spin on pregnancy, because a lot of I've never been pregnant. I don't really have an interest of being pregnant. I like cats, but pregnancy is normally like, it's fantastic and it's the natural thing that a woman can do, which is like, ooh, it's gross, it's scary. She's had full control of everything in her life, and now she's giving control away to this baby, and it's uncontrollable and it's messy and it's weird. And yeah, because whenever you see right pregnancy videos on Instagram, there's a lot of them of women when they're like heavily pregnant and you can see a hand or a foot through their stomach, and everyone's like, oh my god, the beauty of nature. I'm like, oh my god, it's like alien, it's gonna burst out of her. Like, it's hideous. It's like something from a horror film. Like looking down, it's got its hand cut. Oh damn, it's like The Omen. It's horrible. And so she's more realistic like me. Like, Oh, pregnancy is weird, isn't it? But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really good. I love the cover. If you want to see any of the covers of these books more up close, then I've probably posted a million pictures on my Instagram, so I'll link that down below. Really enjoyed the Cactus. I think you should get it. It's a very easy read to get in and out of, as I said. Perfect if you're going on holiday, and really interesting. Like, it enthralls you throughout the whole thing because it's about human nature. I just thought it was really good. But then there are also revelations to keep you hooked and gripped on the story. So I really enjoyed the Cactus. Next up I have the Worst Witch series. Now the Worst Witch is about a witch. She's at a witch academy. She's called Mildred Hubble, and I haven't enjoyed a lot of them within the series. I've had problems with them, but these two I loved. So this is The Worst Witch Saves the Day and A Bad Spell for the Worst Witch. They're both by Jill Murphy, and I loved it. This is what The Worst Witch should be about. It should be about this girl called Mildred who's a really crap witch and does these bad spells that she can't get herself out of, and she's in loads of trouble, and it's about female friendship and like females sticking up for each other, but then also that like some females just don't have your back and you have to turn them into a frog. Like, it just happens. You know, I like the realism of it as well. They're not all getting along. Like, there are feuds within it and about how the girls deal with that, but she's got her two friends by her side, and so they're going to see her through everything, and I loved it. I loved both of these. They were so charming. The illustrations are really breathtakingly beautiful. Let me just say, if you're a fan of Chris Riddell, who's like, it's been around for like quite a few years, but people always are like, oh, Chris Riddell is amazing. Jill Murphy was the original Chris Brown. Oh my god, she was not Chris Brown. Chris Riddell, she was definitely, oh, let's not let that name slip out my lips ever again. Chris Riddell, she was the original him. Just so fine, detailed, beautiful. Really enjoyed both of these. I then have It's Your Year, Charlie Brown. This was a controversial one when I held it up. People were like, I don't know if I'd buy that, I'm not sure about it. Basically, there used to be comic books. They were called Peanuts, and they were by Charlie M. Sklatz, and it's Snoopy, Charlie Brown and the gang. You've probably heard of them. They're very sarcastic. I would say they're more aimed at adults than children, and they're just cartoons about these young children and what they get up to, and it's sarky, satire, sarcasm, love it. Wit, sass, love it. So comic books, fabulous. Scholastic now have the rights to those characters, and they are turning them into books, novel form books. So this is Charlie Brown's year. It takes you through every single month, and I didn't think I was gonna love it. I was like, my heart belongs to the comic books. I don't know if I can really get into this in written word. I loved it. It's also written by someone else than the original comics, and I again thought, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like her writing. I really like the end pages, and this does have loads of illustrations within it as well, so it's not completely stripped of the illustrations. This is written by Sally Morgan, and I loved it. Read it monthly though, so read all the March little diary entries in March and then put it down and next month, because I think you get more enjoyment out of it, because obviously October is all about Halloween and it's about this pumpkin thing that Linus thinks is gonna happen, and I loved all the characters. I thought it was fabulous, fantastic, loved it. Have anyone seen though the recent, like, well, it's not that recent, but like Snoopy film Charlie Brown? Don't go near it. It's awful. It's like CGI horribleness. Don't touch that. But this is a good thing they're doing. They're keeping the franchise alive. I really do like it. I think it's great. And I think they couldn't really recreate the comic books because they were so good originally that it's actually quite interesting that they're changing the format of them. Really good. Go buy that. And then my last children's book is a children's picture book. I've spoken about this character so much on this channel. Paddington Bear! This is Paddington at the Tower by Michael Bond, illustrated by R.W. Alley, and it's the Tower of London. Now, I love my girl Anne Boleyn. Where are you at? There. Anne Boleyn. Absolutely love her. Let's put her there. I love Anne Boleyn. So Tower of London is a very interesting place for me. I normally go there on the 19th of May. But Harry is getting married on the 19th of May, and I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like, because I'll be trying to get to the tower and it'll be quite busy. But anyway, I normally go on the 19th of May, and this showed the tower exactly how it looks. It's come out in 1991. There have been changes to the tower. They have changed the front bit when you come in. There is more security, there is more bag checks. I suppose with like the wake of terrorism, people in London being very heightened to that, the Tower of London has responded to that, and so there is a lot more security. But I liked how it's spoken about the crown jewels, because if you want to go and see the crown jewels, You would think, oh, they're in like glass cabinets, you can go and have a look and stroll and look around. No, you can't, my friends. You pay a lot of money to go in there. Right, a little bit of a run. You pay a lot of money to go in there, and you stand on a flat moving escalator, and it takes you past the crown jewels and off you go. That's it. Like, you've paid all that money and they literally put you on a conveyor belt and off you go. That's it. Because they want to get as many people through and make as much money as they can. Whereas I would say, don't sell as many tickets. So, oh, controversial, you're not going to make as much money. People are going to enjoy it more. People are going to have a better experience of it. Because I feel like once you go once, you're not going to go again. Because you don't really want to be, you know, passed around like a piece of trash. But anyway, I really liked the illustrations. I thought this was really cute. Lovely. Loved this. Gorgeous. It's slightly different from what it says in the book because there is more security things, but not much different. I remember when I went to the Travel Island for the first time, and I was like, where's the chamber Anne Boleyn was like kept in before she was executed? And the woman was like, oh, it's over there, it's a tea room. I'm sorry, what? So there's loads of gift shops when you walk around. There's like a jewellery shop and a cushion shop and loads of little gift shops and fancy dress and tea rooms, all in the historical building where the rooms used to be, where the chambers were, where it's all turned into like a very commercial kind of theme park thing, which I think is really sad for such a historical building. But anyway, I'm going to stop ranting now. But anyway, go to the Tower of London once in your life, like that's it. There's no point getting a monthly pass or anything like that, like you're not going to be visiting. Anyway, next up, and this is the last book, is a non-fiction, and this is the evolution of a dark subculture, Gothic, and this is all about Gothic and the Gothic genre. So why I was like, this is non-fiction, because obviously it talks about things that are fiction, and this reads like a series of essays. So this is by 3 different people, all talking about different things and their opinion on Goth. So I'll take you through the categories. The first category is architecture, and that is all in Paris and beautiful Paris architecture, because they just do it better than us. Then you have art, and it goes into really old historical art right the way up to modern day goth art. You then go into fiction, so obviously it's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, right the way up to Twilight. You have films, so we have like a lot on Tim Burton, a lot of things like Dracula and Frankenstein being turned into films. Music, we have people like Alice Cooper and Marilyn Manson, and then fashion, we obviously have the Queen, the one Alexandra McQueen, and other people in that genre, and goes into like historical, you know, goth stuff as well. So there's loads of pictures in it, and it reads like a series of essays. So you can't really read this in one go. Like, people that read short stories in one go are sick. Like, you can't do that. You can't read 7 short stories in one go. That is sickening to me. It's not acceptable. And so with this, you have to like read an essay, put it down, read another essay, put it down, you know, delve in and out of it. But I thought it was really good. It's really opinionated. They really go in hard on Twilight, let me say that now. Now, like, it's, oh, there's a picture of Twilight in it there, and then you have American Horror Story, and they go in on Twilight. They also go on in like Tim Burton as well. Like, they're not fans of him either. And then it will have stuff like this. So this is all about The Head on the Door, and this is about the band The Cure. And then it'll be all about their opinions on that. Are they goth? Are they not? Where have they been inspired by? How have led them here? Like, it's really in depth, and I feel like if you're a goth or you're into gothic things at all, this will be great for you. I'm really into gothic architecture, especially in France, and so that's why I mainly picked this up. But I did take so much from it. I found it really interesting. Great non-fiction. Non-fiction about fiction. Like, let's just call it that. And so that's it. That is all the books that I read and enjoyed. I'm currently reading more books as always, and so give your opinions down below on what you think of my reviews or anything that I've just chatted on about here. Also, don't you think I look pretty in pink? I'm trying to be more spring because I wear so much dark stuff, so I thought, oh my god, look, I look like that, like I look like Shirley Bassey, which is actually my dream. I will let you all go now. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently. We are over 6,000 subscribers, which I'm so excited about. And tell me what videos you're interested in me making in the future. And I'll see you very, very soon for another video. Goodbye.